Alright, tutorial 9, and we are going to cover stealth attacks and stealth actions. And hopefully this won't take too long because there's not much to it. So let's just get started. Oh wait, I do need to make a note about the previous tutorial 8. Someone pointed out when the Germans were airstriking the British and they had damaged the hood and made it slow, made the task force slow. There was a contact marker on there, and that because the task force was slow, that should have been a +3 modifier to the die roll, not a +2. It didn't make a difference on the chart. The same result would have happened either way. But just letting you know that I kind of screwed up one of the modifiers there. All right, moving on. We're going tutorial 9, titled "In the Dark of the Night." October 1939. Gunther Preen is given 48 hours to analyze the problem and devise a plan of attack. The enemy's base in the Scapa Flow is imperfectly guarded, and it is believed that a U-boat could penetrate its defenses. Once inside the harbor, in the dark of night, a U-boat captain might pick his target. Okay, so here we have in Scapa Flow. The British have the Royal Oak and the Belfast in here with a contact marker that's part of this scenario. Just their German intelligence provided this, and that's why it's there. And the U-boats, our U-boats are coming into play here, and we usually keep them in. There's a little U-boat box down over here. You can keep them in, or you can keep it in port. It doesn't matter. And the reason it doesn't matter is because U-boats do not follow movement or any kind of trajectory thing, as you saw in that one episode where we were supposed to rescue the sub, and then it made an exception to the rules that you can join a task force and move. Normally, you don't do that. First, you'll do the stealth action has 2 parts. One is a recon, and one is an attack. You can do one or the other, not both in the same action. Same time when you're in, if you get your initiative back, I mean, you can do it one after the other, but not in the same action. What you're going to do in recon is you're just going to place the U-boat marker. And by the way, stealth markers are not just U-boats, they're submarines and they're mines. Like that. U-boats, and you just declare a stealth action, say recon, and you just put the U-boat wherever you want it. There's an exception. You cannot put them with an airfield or a port. Except, in this case, we have Captain Preen as a leader, and that's his power. He has the power to let you put a U-boat into a port hex. And that's exactly what he's going to do. This is a historical scenario. This is what happens. He boldly navigated through the defenses of Scapa Flow and sunk the Royal Oak. And we're going to see if we're going to repeat the feat. One thing I'm going to point out about recon is normally it will, if you have, say, a trajectory here, and I recon and put it in there, that's going to generate intel. Now, there's an error in the manual that has been put on the errata, is they have you putting intel on a station, but intel never goes on a station. So they've since corrected that. Okay, so it does a recon action right here. And then we vie for the initiative. It's the British. I wonder if they're going to get away. So initiative changes hands. We check the weather. It stays bad. Now, here's a little trick I'm going to start using. This might help you out as well. Whenever you have bad weather, I'm going to grab both of the launch air support tokens, because you have to designate where your air support is coming from all the time. Whenever the weather's bad, I'm just going to stick those counters right there. And that way, if I ever try to do air support without forgetting about the weather, I can just say, hey, where are my launching counters? Oh, they're there, and I can't use air support because the weather's bad. So there's a little tip for you. Okay, so what are the British going to do? We have a chart here. That is the manual, not the chart. Let's put that away. And here we go. Bad weather roll. 3. Trajectory. Yes. Performs a trajectory to Clyde, Liverpool. Convert the task force station to a trajectory segment and extend the trajectory to the Clyde, Liverpool hex. Reminder, if a segment is placed in a hex with an enemy stealth force, such as a U-boat force, that segment gets an intel marker attached. And after we do that, we perform a completion action. So really what would happen is this. Contact marker stays, and an intel marker goes on it with it. And like so. Now, for this scenario, this airfield does not exist. That may come up here since it looks like we're not going to get the historical outcome. He will complete. He can't complete because he has intel on here. Well, what he can do is pass and invoke an intel time limit like that, which would, it's a slow fleet because the Royal Oak is slow. That only allows me to pull out one, and it'll be the one with the intel and the contact marker on it, which would go away. All right, they pass. Germans, check for weather. Stays bad. Well, the only thing I really can do is recon. And I can't recon here because I've already used up Preen. You only get to use them once. So his chance to do it in Scapa Flow is gone. We already established that this base is not here. So we're going to do a recon action right there, which will generate intel. And now we vie for initiative. Oh, the British win again. I don't think I did that last time. The Germans should have had a gone up, but it would have gone back down when we exchanged initiative. But in this case, we lost the initiative roll. It goes back up to 1. And we're at the British again. What will the British do? They, in bad weather. Did I check the weather? Oh, I can't remember. Stays bad, I think. I'm pretty sure it stays bad. Even if I rolled it before. And we're already doing the trajectory action. And it's calling for that again. We're already where we need to be with that. So again, we would pass and invoke the intel limit, taking that off. Now, it looks like they're going to escape because there's nothing I can do. I can't get in here because I don't have the ability. So we pass. British check the weather. Changes to good, and air support can come in. Not that it's going to matter because now, well, technically it's a die roll, I guess. I mean, I think I'm just putting off the inevitable at this point. Good weather 5 is trajectory completion. We got the segment. We're in the spot. The Germans will have a chance to seize it. Let's see, where is it? Completion. Seize initiative. I think they do get a +1. Yep. 7, 8. It still wouldn't have got it, even with it. All right, so they would have completed, and that would have been the scenario. And our flavor text for that. British complete section. His request for an additional air support from Coastal Command ignored, Admiral Forbes finally orders the remaining ships from Scapa to the contemporary home fleet base in the Clyde estuary. Okay, we didn't get to actually shoot on the stealth attack table. Really, the only thing we need to know on that is, where is it? Let me go over those just real quick. You can attack a station like so. You can attack a trajectory, but only if it has an intel or a contact marker. And we would just you can also designate coordinating task force and air support, and so can the enemy. And then you just roll on the stealth attack table, and that is basically it. A few other things is there is a U-boat zone, which provides a +3 modifier for any stealth thing, not just U-boats. And there's a thing called dispersed convoys. I don't know where convoy marker is. I don't have one. Sorry, hang on. If a convoy gets hit, it becomes dispersed. If a stealth unit attacks this dispersed colony, it gets a +2 bonus. That's all there is to that. Is there anything else? I think that is it. So, let me know if you saw anything out of whack when I did all that. And thanks for watching.